Okay, I think we're ready to go then. So welcome everybody to the October 5th meeting of the Design Review Board. Let's see. Important notice regarding Design Review Board meetings. This meeting is being conducted utilizing teleconferencing and electronic means consistent with the State of California executive orders regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. Live stream and Zoom is being utilized for this meeting. In case of technical issues, meetings will be uploaded to the city website as soon as possible after this meeting. We'll be conducting today's meeting in a virtual setting using Zoom. Design Review Board members and staff are participating from remote locations, practicing social distancing. Members of the public may view and listen to the meeting by use of Zoom as noted on the city's website and noted on the agenda. Members of the public wishing to speak may do so during public comment or may comment on agenda items during the discussion of each item and must be logged into Zoom to do so. Anyone using abusive, vulgar, offensive, threatening, or harassing language, personal attacks of any kind, or offensive terms that target specific individuals or groups will be muted and removed from the meeting. Please do not abuse this new way to provide public comment. With that, John, can we have a call to order? Roll call, please.
Yeah. Melissa Hanley?
Present. Did you hear? Present?
I heard.
I think we've lost John.
You were the only one he needed.
That's it.
Hear me?
That's right.
I got it, guys.
Okay,
Don't
I'm
worry.
outta here.
Melissa's here. That's all we need to know.
I see you, Melissa.
Job is done, John.
How about now?
There you
Yes.
are. You're back.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Carrie Bush and Marshall Bell. And-
Marshall is muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Vice Chair Lars Langberg,
Here.
Chair Ted Luthen,
Here.
and Christine Level is absent today.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you for that. Let's see. We have one set of minutes to approve left over from our June 15th meeting, which was talking about, what was it?
Talking about the facade improvements and extending them and stuff like that.
There it was. Anybody have any comments on the minutes?
No comments.
No comment.
All right. Seeing none, can I get a motion for approval, please?
I'll
Open it for
move.
public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what?
Public comment?
Public comment first.
Public comment on minutes?
I believe so before we make a motion.
Oh, okay.
No, we never do that.
We don't do that for minutes usually.
No.
Okay. I thought
All
we
right.
did. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Let's see. How about a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move to approve the minutes as submitted.
Thank you, Lars. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor of approval of the minutes, please raise your hand, say aye.
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 I'm going to abstain. I was not part of the meeting.
Yes, neither was Marshall.
You can't see my hand because of the red square.
The red
Well,
square
but-
is blocking.
Okay.
Which is
So we have approval from the board members present, which would be Carrie Bush, Lars, and Ted.
And 2 abstains.
Mhm.
All right. Moving right along. Planning Department update on matters of general interest. Anything fun to share?
From last night, we, the planning department delivered the level of service report to city council with updates citywide as far as all the departments go. And other than that, I don't have any other planning department updates for now.
Sounds good. Thank you for that. Did the hotel pull their permit?
They did. They
They
pulled their
did.
permit, but they didn't give a definitive timeline on when construction will start, but they at least
Well-
pulled the permit, so.
Well, Carrie told us on the art committee today that they have to do archaeology
Oh, man.
Okay,
out there.
Yeah.
And they have selected a contractor, but it sounded like they were going to start in the spring.
Got it.
That's what she said.
That could be interesting. Archaeologists with Indiana Jones hats and paintbrushes sweeping away the dust.
Let's hope not, because that means it'll be another 3 years before it's done.
All right. How about comments from the public regarding items not on our agenda? Anybody have anything in general to say, or did we receive anything?
I did not receive any public comments for items not on the agenda today.
Okay, and I'm not seeing any hands going up. So let's move on. Statements of conflict of interest. I assume that if you had one, you probably wouldn't be here. Then let's move on to our regular agenda item, 250 Morris Street sign exception. Have a staff report, please.
The applicant A&R Signs is proposing to add and update the signage at 250 Morris Street. The application includes adding 3 illuminated wall signs, 1 freestanding sign, 1 address sign, and 3 additional non-illuminated directional signs. Of the new signage being proposed, the board will be deciding on the allowance for an additional wall sign to be added on site. The wall signs included in the package are posted on the north, south, and east side of the building. As noted in the plan set, all 3 of those signs measure 63 square feet in size, equating to 189 total square feet. Based on the zoning code, the maximum allowed would be 175 square feet of total signage. There's 2 recommendations within the staff report that the board should act on today. One is to revise the site plan to indicate that the freestanding sign will be placed at a minimum of 5 feet from the back of the sidewalk or the public right-of-way. And 2 would be to allow the 3 signs, but reduce the size of each of those 3 to equate to an overall square footage that meets the 175 square foot limit. Berg is in the audience today, who is representing the applicant, and I will hand it over to her if she has any additional comments from the applicant team.
Sounds good. Thank you for that. Do we have any questions for staff before we get a presentation?
I have no questions.
Seeing none, let's invite our applicant to say a few things if they have anything to say. Anything to add?
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Sarah. But yeah, I'm representing Inner Signs. So basically, yeah, what John said, our client would like to do 3 sets of channel letters on the north, east, and south. And the freestanding, yep, move it back so 5 feet from public right away. But we'd just like to see, you know, if what we're proposing as of right now would be allowed.
Okay. Thank you for that. Questions for our applicant? All right, seeing none, why don't we bring it back to the board for deliberations? I have one question for John. Lighting in the industrial zone. Is internal lighting hunky-dory in the industrial zone? I know it's a no-no in the downtown core.
Let me pull up the ordinance real quick.
Yeah, sorry, I should have done that myself now, shouldn't I?
I think maybe while he's pulling that up, Ted, this is really your area, so I'm curious what your thoughts are on this.
Well, I like the painting of the fascia. I think that's gonna really help the building. I like the big bold letters and the color of the caliber collision. I think against the dark gray, it's really gonna pop and look good. I feel that the caliber collision letters on that fascia are a little out of scale. They're crowding that space. I mean, normally we like to see, it doesn't say what the fascia height, and actually that's a question I have for our applicant, is what is the fascia height? I see that the letter and the underscore is 2'10", but what is that in real life against the fascia? So, and then, the thing with the monument sign, if we allow a third sign, we've got from that corner on Morris. And here, I'm just gonna, this thing let me share a screen. Hey, John, can
Here, I'll make you co-host, Ted.
let me share? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so if we look at that corner, we'd have a monument sign here, we'd have a wall sign here, we'd have a wall sign here. We're gonna have, 3 signs, 2 which are pretty big and bold, visible from a long ways in a number of, for quite a distance. So I really question whether the third sign is justified, or whether we say, okay, let's go with the wall signs but not the monument sign, because that seems excessive. It doesn't seem like you need 3 signs to be visible from Morris to me. And if you were going to get rid of one, I think the monument sign would be it. I mean, if any of them kind of feel like an afterthought, it's that. So those are.
So for the internal illumination, the code mentions that all internal illuminated signs must be reviewed and approved by the design review board and are generally not allowed within the central downtown core district, or within any other residential district, or in proximity to an existing residential use. So it doesn't mention anything within the industrial districts not being allowed.
Yeah. Yeah, and then my only other comment is, letters on a raceway, I'd much rather not have the raceway. I'd much rather have the electrical happening inside of that fascia and not have letters kind of hanging off a raceway outside the building. So I guess first off, Sarah, do you know how tall that fascia is?
Yeah, so the fascia is 83 inches tall.
How many?
83 inches with 2-inch retainers on top and bottom.
83 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So these letters have to be like 5 feet tall each then. These are sizable.
What's this?
No,
Isn't it?
4 inches.
No, the drawing says it's 2'10" to the
Well, then the renderings not
rendering.
correct.
Way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're completing the work for somebody else who did the drawings. Their renderings are off, but yeah, the sign band height is 83 inches with 2 feet, 10-inch tall letters.
Gotcha. Yeah, something is.
So it's closer to the key auto body sign. I mean, a little bit more in scale with that one,
Was 7 feet.
but even so, maybe not that one.
Yeah.
Yes, something is.
All
I think
right.
without an accurate elevation to review this proper scale, I'm not comfortable making a decision one way or the other.
Yeah, because if this is 25 feet and we're thinking that sorry, bogus tool work here. Seriously, I think I'd be better at this. So
And they call you a professional.
it's embarrassing. So if that's 12 and a half, then, I'm just eyeballing it here. So that would be, 7 feet would be right around there. So if I make that a square, something's not right here. If that's 25 feet, then that can't be 7 feet.
Yeah.
So I suspect that's larger than 25 feet.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think we need accurate elevations. I totally agree. Because I don't know that I believe what I'm seeing here. If the fascia is actually 83 inches tall.
And I would echo your comments about the raceway. We should push for better.
Yeah, I mean, that fascia's got to be accessible in that space. There's got to be some interstitial space where you can chase some electrical and come through with real letters.
I would also echo your comments about the additional monument sign. It seems like a tremendous amount of scale signage for something that's probably not that hard to find.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think these letters are going to be big and bold and pretty significant up here. You're not going to miss this place.
No.
And it's not a pedestrian establishment. It's a, vehicular approach is what's important there.
Yeah.
And it's destination retail too. Like we're not moseying over to Caliber for
it's not spontaneous decision
happening upon it. Yeah. Like
that's
for a
right.
reason.
I need auto body repair.
Yeah.
Okay. Other comments from board members?
Well, do we want to get a response from the applicant on these comments?
Sure. I thought we'd see if there's any other feedback in that. Any other thoughts?
Well, let's see, what is that page? Page 18 has key auto body is now Caliber Collision. That's saying it's 3.6 and it's on the same fascia. And the other, again, I think all the other letters were 2 foot in height. So yeah, it's the scale of it, I think, is really quite tricky to make heads or tails out of. So yeah, I'm in the same camp as my fellow board members here.
Okay.
Those comments.
Yeah, and the secondary signs, I don't think I have any issue with the secondary stuff. The office and little on-site navigation doesn't concern me. Okay. Let's invite our applicant, Sarah. Any thoughts? It sounds like we are heading toward a motion to what's the word I'm looking for? Continue. There we go. Continue to get a little more information. Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yeah, sounds reasonable to me. And I understand with the amount of signage that they are proposing, getting rid of the freestanding. So sounds good to me.
Right.
Sounds good. Somebody want to put a motion for continuance on the table?
Could I ask a question first?
Absolutely not.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What do you got?
All right. I just thought of something. If these letters light up, if they do, what's the time frame going to be? Are they going to be lit up all night, or should they be on timers and go on and off, or what?
That's a good question. That's probably something we might want to condition our approval on, is that they are on timers. And the other possible condition for approval would be to require that they're on dimmers as well, so that the light intensity can be adjusted after the fact.
Thank
I'm
you. That's,
actually-
yeah, it's not residential, but it's Laguna,
It is looking, yeah.
right? So for whatever, nighttime critters or, right, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, good point, Marshall.
I mean, I'm actually wondering the validity of having it be illuminated. I mean, it's not like there's a nighttime business need, I would assume. I question that.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think key auto bodies have been lit. I'm not sure anybody in that corridor has lit signage. But that's a good question. That the Barlow doesn't even have lit signage. It's got lots,
Exactly.
but nothing lit.
And up high there, that big, it's gonna pop.
It's going to be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to unlit letters either.
I bet we'd hear complaints pretty quickly if they were lit.
I mean, if he's setting precedent for sure certainly along that strip, but even downtown, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, we really don't have lit. I mean, I think Safeway's halo lit. I think Rite Aid is internally lit. But we really don't have much in terms of internally lit signage in town.
The only ones that are still there are the kind of old businesses in Redwood Marketplace at the north end.
Mhm.
Yes,
And even their large monument sign out front now is uplit.
yeah,
Mhm.
So
Solve that raceway issue.
yeah.
would solve the raceway issue. Yeah. And just with the straight up contrast to the dark gray with the white letters, I mean, even in nighttime settings, you're not going to miss it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's going to look great. The design of it's nice.
It is nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna pop. Yeah, just looking Benedetti. Napa's got an internally lit sign, but it's horrible.
Well, and it's probably been there since the 60s.
That exact sign has been there since the 60s. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good point.
So then are we asking them to come back with proper scale drawings and a proposal for signs that are not illuminated?
I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mhm.
About the, well, I guess square footage, if these are the calculations that were given by staff, are we still following staff recommendation to keep it at 175 square feet?
That would be my take. I would say 175 square feet, and I think we would recommend that they achieve that by eliminating the monument sign.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
I think we would say that it will allow the third sign if the monument signs are moved.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
Sounds like it to
Yeah.
me. Somebody want to fashion a proposal? A motion? Having trouble with words today.
Public comment first before the motion.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're good.
Anybody from the public have something to say on this issue? Seeing none? We'll close public comment.
Okay.
Back to our motion / proposal / thoughts.
Well, I'll give it a try. I move to continue this item with the direction to the applicant that they provide us with properly scaled drawings and a proposal for a non-illuminated signage for the 3 sides of the fascia and no monument sign.
Sounds good. Can I have a second on that motion?
But a second.
All right. Carrie with the second. Any further discussion? Seeing heads shaken, let's call the question. All in favor of continuance, say aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes unanimously.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh, go ahead, John.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I would like to say that I've used Key Auto Body a number of times, and I'm really happy that we still have an auto body place in town. So I'm very pleased to see that that service remain, because they've done good job on my car in the past.
I
Do you
feel like you
wanna-
should have recused yourself for that, right?
Probably.
Holy moly.
Well, now it's new ownership, but
So you don't have the share in the company anymore, is that what you're saying?
yeah, exactly. Well,
Same high standards, baby.
but it is nice to have these. It's nice to have these kind of industrial service-oriented businesses in town. So
100%.
glad somebody new took it over and is going to continue it on, carry it on.
You want to make an amendment to Lars's motion that we continue it to a date certain, which is the next meeting, October 19th.
Sarah, is that enough time for you to put together your documents?
Yeah, that's fine with us.
Let's do that.
Okay,
That sounds great.
I'll amend my motion as stated by John.
Date certain it is.
To the next
I
meeting of
believe-
the design review board.
Okay.
Do we need another
Thank-
vote, or are we good?
And then Carrie, I believe, seconded it. So
I did.
as long as you're good with that, then we're good to go.
Yes,
Okay, perfect.
I second the amendment.
I won't be at that meeting. Does that matter?
You know what? I won't be at that meeting either.
Well, as long as we have a quorum of
The motion maker
Carrie,
doesn't have to do
Melissa,
it.
and Marshall, it should be fine.
Okay.
It's on my calendar, so I should be
Okay.
available.
Okay. And Marshall, you're able to make the next meeting on the 19th?
As far as I know.
Okay, perfect.
Sounds good.
Great.
All right. Anything else on our agenda? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your application. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
Sarah?
See you next time.
And if you need any, if you have any additional questions, please reach out to me and I'll provide any help that I can.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Any subcommittee updates?
Actually, next Tuesday, there's a meeting of the Design Guidelines Subcommittee. We're meeting a consultant who's been hired to lead us through that process.
Sounds good.
Sounded
Mhm.
subjective to me, Lars.
What's that?
That was a terrible joke. It sounded very subjective to me. The whole
I'm just
idea, I was
I'm
like,
just reporting in.
that was awful. Sorry.
Right. Anything else before we adjourn? No, nothing.
No.
All right. Get back to your lives.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Guys,
Everyone,
bye.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye all.